Hey, people. First time I seen South Park, I didn't like it. I seen it out the side of my eye. I heard it walking across the room. My son was watching it, him and his 10-year-old friends. But I didn't think it was appropriate for his 6-year-old sister, so I brought her fishing. It was a time after that before I got to watch it. And I would have to rate it 8 years old, but I thought it had some valuable information and taught kids how to point out lizard people. And so this censorship, it's been going on a long time because they didn't want you to know about the answers in it. The answers in it. This ancient Egyptian word. That's where Mother Goose comes from. She's the answer. And this of forums here is why people mistake pictures for giants. It has another meaning. So the answery forms is all your waterfowl and in 3 different families. And it means if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. The answer. And that was the answer, meaning the waterfowl. And E forms, is in like, answery, and forms, and like forms. And so they made sure to put all different kind of waterfowl in here so you know that it wasn't the answer, but the answer reforms. Go back and look at it again. And so this is a story about 2 senators gone fishing. And so anytime you see tiny animals or tiny people, it doesn't mean giants. It means the talk in pond to shorten his forum on. It's a secret talk. And to shorten your forum, let's go over here, let's go fishing. Just the 2 of us. And wise in adios, in the word, the hand of, yod of, the word of the hand of, the talk 'em in. And so it's talking about when you go fishing and hunting. It's the first thing you learn is be quiet. And wise in adios. In the beginning, God was the word, adios. And adios, hand of, to speak with the hand of the talk. The talk 'em in, upon to shorten his forum on. And so all the little people, the little animals, they represent more secrets. The spear 'em on sperma, to spearing fish, gone hunting. Of estive, of festive, upon this gis, upon this location. And so that's what it's talking about, they're hunting for answers. And you see sometimes this picture, these hands line up with this fish over here. And you see everybody's got a lily. Everybody's holding lilies. And they just don't want answers. We want pure white answers. Or heavenly answers. The reason you come to America on the Mayflower was to simulate welcome, ancient magic spell. So it's saying something in here in all this sign language and all this hand language, the hunter's language. This is symbol for mine. When you take something that belongs to you, you grab it and you hold it to your chest. This is mine. And Mina Costa. This is Adam and Eve, taken from the rib, Mina Costa. And this is international symbol. Don't matter what language you speak. What is this? What do you call this? And this here, they're not fishing. His hands line up to be spearing that fish, but he's setting a booby trap. And so he's telling Katie that's a booby trap. They're not the same fish. It's a boo and a bees. Boobies. It's a boo and a bees. And you see all these jiggers, they're all holding the same pose. They jig in the wine, dance the jig. Somebody wants to go dancing, that's what they do. They snap their fingers and they throw their hands in this pose and shift sides. The hand of jig. And you see up here, he gone out to Ben-Ari, a benner. It was used, broke. And Ben-Ari, it's boobies. Going out to air out the boobies. And so there's a bunch of stuff that's censored in here. They didn't want you to know some of these eye colors. They sure didn't want you to know what this creature was on front of the boat. And some of these eye colors, and faces, and names they didn't want you to have. So in the King James Version, it'll tell you that Eve was pulled from the rib of Adam. But Mother Goose says that girls comes from sugar and spice and flowers, But in this Greek version, this is where you get your word rib right here. The cost is in. And a cost in ancient for sailors when you pull alongside another ship, to accost is in. It means the rib. And the feeble carry as audios, as the words, and feeble and quiet words, accost is in. When you catch a girl walking down the street and you pull up beside her and put your arm around and start talking, you have accosted her. And the audios accost is in. A fight on, the mouth of fashion, the fi, who you're behind, the fight on. And the fight on had 'em, and up nose, well of 'em when. And I'm going to read this IA as a U, mainly because I know a AA becomes an IA, and there had to be a reason for this. Up nose, well of 'em went on, a flower a knot of. A flower a knot of. It means you not smelling so pretty. And a flower, Fleur, that's your ancient word for flower. The fleur de lis, the white flower, the lily, the white flower. And up nose, well of 'em went on, flower not of, and wave a pleurosit. And wave, the key is a W, a vav, a W, and the N becomes a V, a bet, a wave, a pleuros. And that's where your word deplorables comes from. To deplore, to get out. Deplorable, with the ability to get out. I could do without you. It's kind of like evictable. From the Latin, the plu, to flow. Cry out, lament, complain, deplore. And wave up Florus, and wave away a source, SARC, and the source, and ond, ANT or AND, Andre the man, and ond of this, the author, where this comes from, of this, where it's coming from. The ond of this, coming from under his arm, under by his rib. And the feeble carry as audios, accost is in the fightin' had 'em. And up nose, well of 'em went on, the flower a knot of, the flower of knot of, don't smell pretty, and wave a pluricate, and wave it away, the source ond of this. So it sounds like it wasn't love at first sight. Yeah, he needed Eve. Adam's job was to name the animals. That's what this says. God makes woman, and the first thing it says is Adam started naming the animals. And he was naming them, and the call is in Adam onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia it is. And that's where your word onomatopoeia comes from.
Onomatopoeia.
The name making. Were you in school and you got in trouble for calling names, for making fun of equality to everybody. So this is another story they totally got flipped around, Eve didn't get pulled from Adam's rib. Adam accosted her and she waved him off. And it wasn't no love at first sight, but he had to have her, because this is the source as move of the clitis itagina. You got to put up with her because she's the source that moves the clitis vagina. So I took Genesis 1, the whole thing, and I color coded all the different phrases that it uses in it. And I learned a bunch, and I'll get to this. But I think my next flick, I want to hit John 1. About in the beginning was the Word. Good day.